Hello everyone, welcome back to SAP Navigator. In today's video, I will show you how to write a proper functional specification document or FSD for a report in SAP SD step by step. Okay, if you are a functional consultant or preparing for a post-project or interview, so this video will definitely help you to understand how real-time FSDs are written. So before we start writing, let's quickly understand what is an FSD. So what is FS document? So FS document is a bridge between business requirements and the technical development. Okay. So based on the business requirement, you will give the logic. Based on your logic, technical people like a developer will prepare the report for it. Okay. So it is the above part what needs to be developed, where the data comes from, and how the output should look. So in SAP SD, we usually write FSD for things like custom reports, enhancements, smart forms or ALE outputs, or like user exits or bodies, conversion programs. For the different things, we will write the FS things. So for all the developments, we need to write FS for it. Okay. So this video, I'm going to tell you about the report writing. So how to write the FS for the report. Let's take a simple business scenario. So where business want a sale order report that shows what are the open sales order for the particular duration, particular time period under some company code. Okay. So for that is a development, but in that requirement I will show you how to write the FS for it. Okay. First, as usual, like category falls under the report, right? So enhancement logic for the report. So enhancement logic for the report and selection screen. So every report will have selection screen, right? So in say like we are telling our that the selection screen should look like this. Okay. Here we have the 4 values. So here we are having the 4 values. So what are the 4 values? Company code, sales document type, date from, and date to. Okay, these 4 will be input parameters. So whatever the data we are inputting here, so based on that data, this entire report should be pulled up. Okay, here I can see report output. Report output is how report output should look like. So here we are telling the developer that this should be the report output, and these are the headings: sales order, created, order type, sales or item number, material, customer number, customer name, net value, currency, created by city. Okay. And this is some sample data I am showing. So ultimately the final report should look like this. Okay. So coming to the selection screen. So selection screen we have the 4 parameters. Based on the inputting these parameters, this report output should pull the data. Okay. So in this 4 parameter, like company code, I am telling the developer that consider it as a input BUKRS. Input AURT and input data from and input data to. So here in selection screen, we might be like wherever you are executing report, you might observe that if every selection screen will have some optional or mandatory fields. Okay, so here you can maintain what are the mandatory, what are the optional. Okay, I will tell date from and date to as a mandatory. Okay, this is some information purpose only, mandatory, and this one also mandatory. I will make it as a mandatory. Every report should have mandatory fields, because otherwise the thing in real time, like let's say in testing spaces, like in our testing server, there might be some limited data, but coming to real time, like where you are really working at client play, so they have lakhs of sales orders, thousands of sales, their bulk sales orders are there. So if you don't mention the mandatory fields, like say there were some users, they will simply execute it. So they just open this report and they simply execute it without entering any data. So then at the time what system will do? System will try to pull the entire data in the system, because here all the values are blank. Okay, so that it has to get the entire data in the system. So ultimately to go for the runtime error, because system takes so much of effort to get effort in pulling the entire the data, lakhs of the data. So that's why it will go for runtime error. So in order to avoid that, we need to shrink the filter criteria. Okay, we need to shrink the filter criteria by maintaining the some mandatory parameter, because if it is a mandatory, he cannot. So if you don't enter these fields, so system won't allow you to execute that report. Okay, so later again, if you want to shrink it, you can shrink it, like say date should not range more than 1 month. Okay, from month to date within the 1 month, because some companies within a month they might get lakhs of sales order, so that also will go for runtime error for the huge volume, right? So that's why you can make every report should have the specified shrinking filter criteria. Okay, so these are the our selection screen input. Based on these selection screen input values, we should get to report output as a like this. Okay, so let me take you to the logic part. Okay, this is the art of FS, I can say, because based on this processing logic and the development will work. Okay, so first what I'm saying, from the selection screen parameters, I'm telling system to get the parameter from the selection screen. Okay, get input underscore I underscore BUKRs, which is a company code, I underscore ART, which is doc type, and I underscore date, T from date and to date. So I am telling system to get the all the 4 values from the selection screen. Okay, once you get it, so here I am mentioning the table next step as a VBAK and VBAP tables, right? So then I am telling system that pass VBAK BUKRs. Okay, if in the VBAK table BUK field, pass the input company code, and similarly VBAK document type, pass the input document type. VBAK ER date, it should be between from date and to date. So I am passing the all the input parameters into VBAK respective fields. Okay, so from that I will get what I am trying to pull. So VBAK Beblan, which is a sales order, and VBAK AR date and creator date when it is created, VBAK ART, which is the document type, and VBAK VQRG, which is sales org, and VBAK Kuna customer. So these values I am telling it to extract these values. Sales order, here it is, creator on, here it is, order type, this one. Let me show you clearly. Order type and sales org also I am getting, and the customer number, so this one also I am getting. So all this data I got from the VBAK table, but I need material data as well, right? So material data I cannot get from the VBAK, I need to get it from the item data. So that the table for the item data is VBAP. Okay, here I will also show you joint table. So we are telling to join the VBAP table with a joint condition. So what is joint condition? So what is the joint condition means, what is this field which is common for the both the tables, that we need to find out. So what is the field which is common for both VBAK and VBAP? Of course it is a VBL, so sales document number. So sales document number is common for both the VBAK and VBAP. So in my joint condition I am writing VBAP Weblan, like which is a VBAP document number equal to VBAK document number. So VBAK document number we are already having here, right? So the same document number I am passing at VBAP, right? So then I will get the VBAP Matner and VBAP Postner and VBAP Netware. Okay, so VBAP Matner means material number, and Postner item number, and Netware. So and also currency, here I can get the currency as well, right? And VBAP currency. So this field is for the currency. Okay, currency also we can get it from the VBAP. So from the VBAK and VBAP what we got? So all these values we are getting. Okay, now what we need? We need customer name. Okay, customer name. Okay, so customer name and the email. Okay, here also I forgot one more thing, let me insert it. let's say this is some sample email. Okay, so we need customer city, customer name, customer email, right? So that's why the those details we cannot get from the VBAK or VBAP. So what we are getting from VBAK we can able to get the customer number Kunnar. That's where we are extracting here VBAK Kunnar. So from the VBAK Kunnar, VBAK customer, we can get the customer name and city and email, right? So how we will get? Like this. Let me show. So from the KNA1, okay. So what you will do? You will pass the VBAK Kunnar. So you are telling pass KNA1 Kunnar equal to VBAK Kunnar. So you are telling VBAK Kunnar to the KNA1 Kunnar to get. Okay, here you can write equal to or into. It doesn't matter. Okay. So into means like you have to write reverse. Equal to is fine. If you want to write into, what you will do? Kunnar into KNA1 Kunnar. Now it is some meaningful, right? See, you are telling take the VBAK Kunnar from here and pass it into KNA1 Kunnar to get KNA1 ORT01. So this is the city, KNA1 ORT01 city, and KNA1 ADR-NR. Okay, here you can see ADR-NR we are going to display at the report level. That's why I am not showing it here. Why we are getting the ADR-NR address number? Because by this address number only you can able to get the email ID of the customer. Okay, so you just get the address number for the time being. You just keep it in some local table or somewhere else, and again here you can see join. Again we are getting the join condition. Okay, so you can simply write join table. So we are writing the join table. Which table we are joining? ADR6. Okay, and with the join condition. What is our join condition? ADR6 address number, ADR number equal to KNA1 ADR-NR. So that's what we are getting here. Okay, so we are getting the address number here and we are passing it to the ADR6 table, and we are getting get the ADR6 SMTP ADDR, which is nothing but a email address of the customer. So that's why I am writing ADR6 SMTP ADDR as an email. Okay, so now our report is completed. You can see. So how now our logic for our report is completed. Okay, let me take you to the SAP. So this is the report I have developed. Okay, you can simply execute this report and see selection scheme, order type, company code, date from, date to. So this is what we mentioned at the selection scheme parameters in FS document, right? And you can see, right, these two as a mandatory. So date from and date to as a mandatory. Okay, so let me input the data in it. SAPN is my order type and SAPN is also my company code. Okay, and date from first of this month to today, till today. Okay, let me execute it. See, we got the data. Okay, sales order created on order type, sales order, customer number, customer name, item number, created by whoever user it is created, material, net value, currency, city, and email address as well. So if there is data, it will retro as well, it will retro blank. See here you can see these two customers. Okay, here and here you can see email address is blank, which means this customer don't having the any email valid email mentioned in the customer master. Okay, so this one. So what is customer number? 12. Here also 12. So you can see, I will show you. Okay, I'm copying this customer master. I'm going to VBP transaction. Since it is S4, okay, I am going to BP transaction. Here you can see 12, right? In the email section, see, it is blank. Okay, if this customer having the email, then you can get that report will able to pull the email addresses. So here I am mentioning the test@gmail.com. Okay, let me save it. Okay, see, data was saved, right? So data is saved. Okay, let me refresh that report again. So let me re-execute this report again. Okay, C12, right, customer number, this guy. So earlier this guy don't have the email address, now he got the email address, test@gmail.com. Okay, so if the data is there, it will pull, otherwise it will show it as a blank. Okay, and you can see that if there is single item, order will be mentioned as one time. If it is a multiple line items are there in the sales order, then sales order will be displayed two times. Here you can see item 10 and item 20, and that's, and also you can see 269, 269 sales order is same, but the item is different. So this data based on the item wise data. Okay, and let me shrink it. City. So we need city wise data, right? So this sales order from this city and this sales order from this city. Okay, based on the city wise data they can get. So what they can do, they can simply click on anywhere and they will click on spreadsheet. Okay, you can give any free text here and SAP and monthly. So let me save it. You just click on yellow. See, it is saved, and then you can see same data it is exporting to Excel. So now users job made easier, right? So rather than downloading multiple Excel sheet and doing the VLOOKUP and all things, they can simply execute this report in SAP and they will get the data and they will simply export it to the Excel. Okay, and now we will validate the selection screen. Okay, I told you, right? So here I will remove everything. I will remove all the selection screen parameters. So I will give only as order type and company code. I won't give date from and date to. So what is our expectation? If you don't give date from and date to, system should throw error because it is a mandatory field. Okay, you just click on execute. See, it is throwing an error. So it is telling make an entry in mandatory date from. Okay, I will enter date from. Again I will execute. Again it will throw error. Why? Because it will ask you to enter the date to also, because date to is a mandatory field. So if you enter all the mandatory field, system will able to execute the data. Okay, and one more negative scenario. So one more negative scenario, what it is, if there is no data, then it will throw an error, right? So I will type random order type 1 2 3 4 5 something, so which is not there in system. 1344 it is not there in system. I will simply execute it. See, no sales order found for the given selection criteria. Okay, so now it is also negative scenario is also fine, it working fine, right? You can ensure it negative scenario is also working fine. So this is how report will be developed based on the functional specification prepared by functional consultant. Okay, that's how you write a functional specification document for the report in SAP SD. So if you found this video useful, please give a like and subscribe for more real-time SAP learning videos. So if you haven't watched the FSD for the user exit, okay, I am attaching video here, so you just go through it, and if you have any queries, please feel free to write a mail to SAP navigator for you@gmail.com, or else you can comment over the video. Thank you so much. Have a good day.